Well, hello everybody. Try to get through this game of the week. NBC game of the week, 1973. I believe it was played around May 26th, May 27th, something like that. I don't remember the exact date. Don't have it up in front of me. But it is the Chicago White Sox hosting the Cleveland Indians. Starting pitchers Gaylord Perry for Cleveland and Stan Bahnsen for the White Sox. This is American League game. Next week will be Philadelphia and San Francisco as I try to rotate the American and National Leagues. Let me see if I can get the focus going here. Okay. Before I get the game going, I would be remiss. Hello, Jimmy Jam. I would be remiss if I did not publicly thank everyone for your heartfelt condolences and well wishes. I'm better now than I was on Tuesday and Wednesday, but obviously the loss is going to be there. But hello, Doug. But you guys' support has certainly helped quite a bit, and it's just a new normal that I have to get used to. That's all there is to it. I think I've watched every video on YouTube on the subject to try to help me, and I'm getting there. It's just going to take, well, I hate to say time, but I mean, time has gotten me a little bit better this far, so we'll just drive on. All right. First things first, the weather effects for Chicago Comiskey Park. Chicago in the daytime in May. 1 to 7 is good, 8 to 14 is average, and 15 to 20 is bad. So we get 12, which is average. So 10s for singles and 11s for home runs for both lefties and righties. So singles are 10, 11s are home runs. 1 to 11 is a home run, 1 to 10 is a single, both lefties and righties, so there's no distinction between the two. Got Chicago White Sox colored dice. Like I said, the two starting pitchers, Stan Bahnsen was 18 and 21. Let me see if I can get this up here to where you guys can see it halfway decently. Stan Bahnsen, 18 and 21 with a 3.57 ERA. He had 42 starts. That's amazing in itself, the fact that he had 42 starts. Very, very unusual that he would have 42 starts. Gaylord Perry for the Cleveland Indians, 19 and 19, and he had 41 starts. Hello, Kenyon. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you missed it earlier, I was saying, I really do appreciate everybody's outpouring. It is definitely helped. Of course, it doesn't alleviate everything that's happened, but it certainly gave me a little bit of a boost and help with the coping. Still going to be a process. That's why it's called a grieving process. I have a process to go through and get used to what a new normal is like. A lot of the things, just everyday things that I was used to doing, I'm not doing anymore. Rushing home from work to make sure she was okay and put her outside and let her do a business before she did it in the house. That's not there anymore. Oh, I think I lost the focus when I put the chart up there. Hold on, let me fix that for you guys. I think that fixes it now. Okay, but I don't want to belabor that because I really want to. I'm trying to get back to, I don't want to say normal because that's a bad way to put it, but I'm trying to drive on, and hopefully Strat-O-Matic will be part of the healing process, getting back to normal, along with inside pitch in the 1967 pennant race. I plan on doing a doubleheader on Monday, on Memorial Day for that. So, all right, so we're going to get ready to go. Hello, RJL. How are you? And in case you missed it, RJL, I guess you just came in, that I did definitely appreciate everyone's outpouring and support, and it definitely meant a lot, that's for sure. It means a lot, and it helps a lot. Doesn't take away it doesn't take away the loss, but it certainly makes it not quite as bad. All right, so like I said, I got colored dice for the White Sox colors. And this is back when they wore the old powder blue and the red and white at home. So we got the Cleveland Indians against the Chicago White Sox. This game actually was never completed. It went on, I believe. It was suspended in the 17th inning, and they had to complete it the next day. And I believe it went 21 innings total. Well, I believe Wilbur Wood actually came into the game for the White Sox and pitched like 5 innings of relief. I don't have him listed here because hopefully we won't get to that part, that far. But if we have to, he is the emergency pitcher for the White Sox. But hopefully we won't get that far. So here is Stan Bahnsen against Buddy Bell, and we're underway. 1-4 for Buddy Bell. That's a ground ball to third, and that's going to be an easy play for Bill Melton, the third baseman, and there's one away. So again, it's just trying to, I hate to use the word normal, but just trying to get back in the swing of things. And Tabby's the same way. She's over here. She's quiet on her little box that she likes to sit on. She's been kind of depressed all week. I can feel it. So we've been trying to just, be there for each other and pet each other and tell each other it's going to be okay. And I can tell she senses the loss as well. All right, here's John Lowenstein. We get a 1-7 for Lowenstein. That's going to be a single for John Lowenstein. John, let it be Lowenstein. Just singles. And the Indians had the first base runner of the game. It is John Lowenstein. He will be held, but he will not try to go anywhere. The pitcher-catcher interactions, it's a +1 for both because both pitchers are -1s, but both catchers are +2s. So it's a +1 aggregate. So even though he's on first base, John Lowenstein is being held, but he will not try to go anywhere. Since he's being held, that means the shortstop, in this case that's Leone, is responsible for holding the runner. Strategy roll, nothing happened. Here's Chris Chambliss, a very young Chris Chambliss. 1-7 for Chambliss. That's a ground ball second base with a plus, but that only comes into advance. Super advance, that's irrelevant. It's a 4-6-3 double play. The only way that would have mattered is if the second baseman had been holding the runner, but the shortstop was. So that eliminates that, and it's a 4-6-3 double play to take care of the Tribe here in the first inning. So Lowenstein singles, but is erased on a 4-6-3 double play. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Cleveland nothing and Chicago coming to bat. And with a little moisture on his hands, Gaylord Perry is going to take the mound for the Cleveland Indians. All right. So Pat Kelly is going to lead off for the White Sox, right fielder. We got a 6-10 against the left-hander. That's a fly ball center field X, and Cleveland's defense in general in this game is just awful. So center fielder is going to be George Hendrick. He's one of the better ones. He's a 3-E-4. That's better than most. So he's a 3-E-4. 3 and an 8. Let's see if he gets to that. I think he will. I think a 3 and 8 will be okay. 3 and an 8 is an F1, so that's good. But that's a 5. That's unusual play. So let's go to F1, unusual play. Rare play. The outfielder races back to the wall, makes a diving catch, but ends up colliding with the wall. He holds onto the ball, but is dazed. All base runners tag up and advance 2 bases before the outfielder recovers to throw the ball back in. Well, nobody's on base. So there's nobody to move up. So nice play there by George Hendrick. He got stunned, but nobody was on base, so the White Sox could not move up any advance of the runners, and that will be an out. So that brings up center fielder Billy Sharp. Perry to Sharp, 5-4 against a left-hander. Catcher X, that is going to be Dave Duncan. He's a 3-E-4 from the catcher position. 3 and a 6. As a catcher, a 3 and a 6 is a P/P. But nobody's on base for any kind of wild pitch, so it's going to probably be a pop-out unless it's an error. That's a 9, and he is an E4. E4, there is no 9, so it's simply going to be a pop-out on the P/P. It is simply going to be a foul out. So Sharp fouls out to Duncan, and there are 2 away. For Dick Allen, first baseman. Perry, 6-5, and that's an in-home run chance on a 1-9. That's a 6. He definitely has normal power, so as you might expect, Dick Allen has just gone deep. The old proverbial kaboom as Dick Allen crushes one off of Gaylord Perry. Is looking at it again. It's a 1-9 for a home run. That is a 6, and he definitely has normal power. Dick Allen on the season hit 16 home runs and only 250 at bats. So Dick Allen puts the White Sox on the board 1-0 as Gaylord Perry gives up the gopher ball. That'll bring up Bill Melton. 6-2. It's a fly ball left field X. That's going to be Charlie Spikes in left field. He's a 4E17. 4E17. 4-17, he'll get to it, but the E17 might be tricky. E17 and a 9. E17, there is a 9. It's a two-base error. E17, a 9 is right here in the two-base error slot. So Charlie Spikes just committed a two-base error, and Bill Melton will reach on the E7. And just when Gaylord Perry thought the inning was going to be over, the home run and now the two-base error has taken over. So at second base, Bill Melton doesn't run well at all, so he will not be held. Rick Reichart is your batter. Nothing on the Havoc. Perry to Reichart, 3-8, and that's going to be a 1-3 double, but that's a 20, so it's a fly to left field, and that's going to end the inning. So a hit, a run, a hit, an error, and one left. At the end of one, it's the White Sox 1 and the Indians nothing. Again, next week we will be in sunny San Francisco. It'll be the Phillies and the Giants next Saturday from Candlestick Park. All right, so Stan Bahnsen back on the mound. And he'll be facing Charlie Spikes, the guy that made the two-base error not that long ago. Again, when you get an E17 as an outfielder, that's pretty bad. But Lowenstein's worse. He's an E19. So you have two outfielders that have a 17 or higher error rating. That's pretty bad. Where's Charlie Spikes? 111 for Spikes, and that's a ground ball to third. So Bill Melton is there. Take care of it. One away. And the second inning starts the same way the first inning did with a ground ball to third. Here's Dave Duncan, the catcher. That's a 2-11, and that's a walk. So Dave Duncan will draw the free pass. He will not be held. He doesn't run very well. So he will not be held. But he will be on first base for the designated hitter, Oscar Gamble. And if they played him in the outfield, he'd be a 5E10. So, again, really bad defense. One chance for a wild pitch. His wild pitch rating is a 7. 17th was blocked by Ed Herman, so no wild pitch, and Bahnsen will toss it to Gamble. 6-5 against the lefty is a ground ball shortstop X, but with nobody being held, the shortstop is good. Not going to lose anything. Leon's a 3E24. 3E24 for Eddie Leon. 3-18 might be a double play chance. 3-18 is a G1. It'll be a double play unless there's an error. That's a 13. He's an E24. E24, there is no 13. There's a 15, but no 13. So it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Second double play hit into by the Indians in as many innings. Double rally killers right there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Sox. And that means Gaylord Perry has to go back out with no run support. And he'll be facing designated hitter Mike Andrews. I'm trying to keep up with any chat there, but my focus is to get through this game if possible. So if I don't react to some of the chat, please forgive me on that. All right, here's Mike Andrews. 6-8 against Perry is a walk, so Mike Andrews will draw the leadoff walk, and he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to be held either, so he'll be at first base, not being held, and the catcher Ed Herman will step to the plate. Nothing on the Havoc. Whoa, the red die didn't go through. That was sewer dice. Let's try again. Perry, 6-9 against the lefty is a strikeout. So he strikes out Herman, 1 away. And that's going to bring up George Orta, the second baseman, with 1 out and 1 on. Perry, 6-8 against the lefty, is another walk. So 2 walks in the inning. Perry losing a little bit of the strike zone. 2 on, 1 out for Eddie Leon, the shortstop. Again, no one's being held. Nothing going on there. Hello, Mr. Jester. How are you? Perry, 5-9 against a right-hander, is a strikeout. 2 down. Gaylord Perry gets the K. So with 2 outs, it's back to the top of the order and Pat Kelly for Gaylord Perry to get out of this inning. 2 is possible balk or pass ball. We are looking for a pass ball. And the pass ball rating on the catcher, Duncan, is a 7. So 1 to 7, we got a pass ball. And we do. It's a pass ball. So ball gets by Duncan. Runners move up into scoring position. But it's still going to most likely take a 2-out hit from Pat Kelly. Nothing going on now. Perry to Kelly, 1-5, and he struck him out. So Kelly unable to get it done. Perry actually strikes out the side outside of 2 walks. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the third. It's still 1-0 Sox. The only run being a Dick Allen homer in the first inning. Counted for the only run of the game. Sox leave 2 on base. Could come back to bite them. Stan Bahnsen back out. Now, I believe in this game in real life, Gaylord Perry pitched 13 innings. I bet somebody might want to double check that for him, but I think he pitched 13 innings in this game. So he's definitely got not anywhere near fatigue. All right, here's George Hendrick, center fielder for the Tribe. That's a 2-7, and that's all these hits in column 2, and he found a ground ball to short. So ground out by Hendrick. Brings up Ragland. Now Tabby's doing something over there. I'm not sure what she's doing. 5-9 against a right-hander. In home run chance 1-4. That's an 11, so that'll be a double for Ragland. So Ragland, he had weak power, so he actually benefited by getting that double roll versus the home run roll. So Ragland doubles off of the Perry card. Yeah, that's what I thought, RJ. I went 21 innings. So like I said, it's two games in a row where I picked a game that was never completed on the day it started. All right, so now that brings up Frank Duffy. I'm sorry, not Frank Duffy. Yeah, Frank Duffy. What am I doing? Ragland's for Cleveland. What am I doing? Make sure I know who's batting here. All right, so Duffy. Strategy roll. 1, chance for another wild pitch here from Bahnsen, a 1-7. Nope, it's going to be blocked again by Herman. He's had to block 2 of those. Bahnsen to Duffy. 6-9. It's a ground ball third base B, so with the ball hit to third, the runner's going to have to hold at second base. 2 down, and it's going to be up to the top of the order and Buddy Bell. Kind of strange they had Buddy Bell lead off, but that's what they did. Nothing happening there. Bahnsen to Bell, 6-6. That's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Bahnsen pitches out of it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still 1-0 favor of the White Sox. Gaylord Perry back out. And he'll be facing Bill Sharp to lead things off. Sharp fouled out to the catcher Duncan his first time up on a catcher X. 2-4. This time he's going to ground it to the pitcher. He's got always hits in column 2, but he found a ground ball pitcher B. And that's an easy 1-3 ground out for Gaylord Perry. 1 down. Here's Dick Allen. His homer in the first off of Gaylord Perry's card is the difference in the game. 1-9. He's off his own card. Oh, he almost got another home run, but that's a strikeout. Struck him out. 2 down. That would have been a home run because the ballpark home runs are 1 to 11. That was a 4. So if he had found a 10, that would have been a home run, but he did not. So 2 down. He was swinging for the fences, but came up with nothing but air. Here's Bill Melton. 6-5, and that's the same roll that a home run came from Dick Allen. 1 to 9. That's a 1. He's got normal power, and for the second time, the 6-5 has done Gaylord Perry in. A home run for Bill Melton. 2-out home run, 2-out bases empty home run, just like the first inning. Off that same exact 6-5 roll, and the D20, the evil D20, gives him the home run. So it's 2-0 Sox, and here's Rick Reichart. 5-7, and that's a 1 for a triple. Anything else will be a single, so it's just going to be a solid single for Rick Reichart. He's a decent enough base runner where they will hold him. He won't try anything, but they will hold him on. And here's the designated hitter, Mike Andrews. 2-7 for Andrews. He's going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So for the White Sox, the home run from Melton provides the run. They do it on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 4th. It is Chicago 2 and Cleveland nothing. Gaylord Perry giving up 2 gopher balls on the same 6-5 result on Perry's card. Right there, the same 6-5 result in that 1 to 9. The D20 has been less than 9 both times. So that's what's really hurt Gaylord Perry, is that number right there. That 6-5 number right there with the 1 to 9. So Perry has to make sure he tries to avoid that in the future. That'll bring up John Lowenstein. He singled for the first hit of the game, but then was erased on a double play. 2-6. He's going to pop it up to the first baseman, and Dick Allen is right there. In fair territory, 1 away. For Chris Chambliss. 5-9 against a lefty. That's an in-home run chance, 1-6, but that's a 12, so it will be a double for Chris Chambliss. So Chambliss, a 1-out double. As Cleveland tries to come back, Chambliss will not be held at second base. He doesn't run all that well. And here comes Charlie Spikes. Nothing on the Havoc. Bahnsen to Spikes. 2-2 is a ballpark home run shot, but that's a 16. Ballpark home runs are an 11. So it's a fly to left, and there's 2 down. So Spikes just missed it, got up under it. 2 away, and Dave Duncan is your batter. Bahnsen to Duncan. 3-4. And that's going to be a ground ball to short to end the inning. So nothing doing there. They get a hit. Nothing else. Leave a man on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-0 Chicago over Cleveland. Here on the NBC Game of the Week. Next week, National League, Philadelphia at San Francisco from Candlestick. Ed Herman, the catcher, will lead off for Chicago. Struck out his first chance. 1-10 for Herman. He's going to ground it to first. Easy play for Chambliss. He will take it to the bag himself. 1 away for George Orta. Second baseman, and Orta walked his first time up. 2-4. He's going to ground it to first again. So 2 consecutive ground balls to Chambliss and 2 easy outs. And that'll bring up the light-hitting shortstop, Eddie Leone. Number 9 hitter. 3-10, and he's going to walk, though. So he's a light hitter, but he did walk. He will not be held. Does not run well at all. He will not be held. So a 2-out walk will bring up the leadoff man, Pat Kelly. He's 0 for 2. Nothing on the Havoc. Perry, 5-6 against a left-hander, is a strikeout to end the inning. So for the Sox, no runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left thanks to the walk. And we've played 4 complete from Comiskey. It's still 2-0 Chicago. 2 solo home runs have been the difference. One by Dick Allen and one by Bill Melton. Top of the fifth we go. Bahnsen's fatigue is a 7, so he's still definitely good to go. Oscar Gamble is your leadoff man. He hit into a double play his first time up. 1-7, and that's a 1-2 for a triple, but that's a 9, so it will be a fly to center and put away out there by Bill Sharp. So Gamble just missed it. One down. Here's George Hendrick. Hello, Ben. How are you doing? Bahnsen 1-6 to Hendrick as a fly to left field, and that's put away easily by Reichart for out number 2. Tom Ragland is up. He doubled his first time up. 5-8, and he might even triple this time. 1-6 is a triple, but that's an 18, so he will have to settle with a single. So Ragland will hit a 2-out single. He's gotten both his hits off of Bahnsen's card, so despite the fact he's only a 257 hitter, he is 2 for 2, thanks to the pitcher card. He will not be held on. He's not a very good runner. Bahnsen won another chance for a wild pitch. This is the third wild pitch check. The first 2 Herman has stopped. Can he do it a third time? Yes, he can. Third time is the charm. So no wild pitch. Bahnsen to Duffy. 5-7 struck him out. He's not tired, so struck him out to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. Bottom of the fifth we go. Still 2-0. Favor of the White Sox. So except for the 2 solo home runs, we're kind of moving along here. Haven't been a lot of base runners. The 2 home runs has been the difference. Here's Bill Sharp. He's 0 for 2. 2-4 for Sharp. All these hits in column 2, and he found a ground ball back to Mr. Perry, which is exactly what he did his last time up. So he's grounded to Perry for 1 down. Here's Dick Allen. Homered and struck out. 1-6, and this time it's a 1 for a triple. Anything else is a double. So that's a solid double for Dick Allen, or they call him sometimes Richie Allen. So he is doubled, and he will be held. He's a decent runner. They will have to hold him on. Here's Bill Melton. He homered his last time up. First base is open if they want to walk him, but I doubt they want to do that. Perry 2-6. 1-12 is a single. That is a 12. It's only a 1 star, so it's going to put runners on the corners with 1 out. Melton will not be held at first base. Dick Allen obviously not held at third. So Rick Reichart is up with a chance to extend the lead. And now the Indians are going to play the infield. I think you're going to play back for the double play. He's got double play chances on his card, so they're going to play back for the double play. Perry, 3-3. That's a ballpark home run chance. That's a 2. It is long, and it is so gone. Rick Reichart, a 3-run homer. It says you can play the infield all the way, any way you want to. But Gaylord Perry, again, bit by the gopher ball as the ballpark home runs are 1 to 11. And again, the evil D20 comes up. It's a 3-run homer, the patented Earl Weaver 3-run homer, and all of a sudden the Sox have blown this game open. It is now 5-0, and Gaylord Perry might be seeking some relief. 1-6 for Andrews is a 1-5 single, but that's a 20, so he lines it to Buddy Bell at third for out number 2. But it is now a 5-0 game, and Comiskey Park is a-buzzing. Is Ed Herman. 3-7 for Herman. 1-10 is a single, but that's a 15, so he's going to line it to first. And Chambliss snags it to end the inning. Even those 2 outs were hard hit balls. So 3 runs on that big 3-run homer by Rick Reichart. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left. 5 innings is in the books, and the White Sox lead it 5-0. Question is, do they have the offense to come back against Stan Bahnsen, who wasn't the greatest pitcher in the world, so you would think they'd have a chance, but their offense has to do something. And they're going to start with the top of the order and Buddy Bell, who was 0 for 2 in the game. Top of the 6th 5-0 White Sox. 2-9, and that is a ground ball to second. Easy play for Orta to make. And he ought to make it, and he did. There's one away. Here's John Lowenstein. 4-4 against the lefty is a fly ball center field X. That is Bill Sharp. Sharp is a 3E9. 3E9. 3-12, he'll get to that. E9 and a 10. There is no 10, and the 12 on a 3. 12 on a 3 center fielder is an F2, so it's good enough. Nobody's on base anyway, so it's just a nice catch by Sharp as he tracks it down. 2 away. Brings up Chambliss. 3-9 for Chambliss. All his hits in column 3, and he found a strikeout. So Chambliss out on strikes, and we got a 1-2-3 inning, one of the rare ones in this game. But Bahnsen got it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 5-0 Chicago. Gaylord Perry back out, but the bullpen does have some activity down there, as looks like maybe Brent Strom might be loosening down there for the Cleveland Indians. Let's take a look, see if he might be down there, or whether it's somebody else. We shall see. Actually, no, it looks like they have lefty Tom Hilgendorf is actually loosening in the pen. So Hilgendorf is loosening for Cleveland if needed. Right now, George Orta will lead off. Perry, 6-5 against the lefty. And again, that 6-5 result is even worse this way. 1-11 is a home run. That's a 14, though, so it will be a double. So George Orta strokes a leadoff double. And Gaylord Perry might be near the end, as he is getting beat around pretty good. Spitball is not spitting. Not enough moisture on it, I guess. Leone is your batter. 2-4, and that is a single to left field, and with nobody out, they're going to play station to station. Put runners on the corners with nobody out. And now Kelly is coming up, and I think that's going to be it for Mr. Gaylord Perry. He's going to leave the ball game. He just didn't have it. They're starting to hit him around pretty good. And so they're going to the left-handed pitching Tom Hilgendorf out of the pen. Tom Hilgendorf. He was 5-3 with a 3.15 ERA. Did have one start. He did have 6 saves. 95 innings pitched, so obviously primarily a relief pitcher, but he's got some length, which is something else they need. And he's facing a lefty, Pat Kelly. Infield for the Indians is coming in because they need to cut off the runs. They can't even trade 2 outs for a run right here. They need to not give up anything, pretty much. So Hilgendorf with the infield in, pitching to Pat Kelly. 5-9, and that's a ground ball. I'm sorry, 5-9 is ground ball second base B. So let's check the chart. Infield in, runners on the first and third, and a B is a 7. 7 says batter safe, lead runner is out. So the lead runner is going to be out on that 5-9 result. So it's going to go 4-2 for a fielder's choice, as they will throw Orta out at the plate. Leone will take second, and Kelly will be at first on a fielder's choice. So 4-2 goes the putout, as Duncan put on the tag, and there's one away. And had the infield been back, that would have been an easy run for Chicago. So they had to play that position. Now a double play might get him out of the order. Sharp is 0 for 3 on the game. He hasn't hit the ball in the infield yet. And now he's got to face the left-hander. 1-8, and that's a pop out to second. He still hasn't gotten the ball in the infield. Sharp 0 for 4 in the game. Brings up Dick Allen. He feasts on lefties, but Indians have no choice. They got to go keep Hilgendorf in there. 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. Chance for a balk, but he has no balk rating, so we keep going. Hilgendorf, 1-7 to Dick Allen is a solid double to left field. Now the question is, will the second runner at first base score? We already know that Leone will score from second. The runner at first, Kelly, runs at a 17, was not being held. So with 2 outs, it becomes a 19. And the double went to, where the double go, went to center field when it's, oh, I'm sorry, left field. Left fielder arm, Charlie Spikes, is a 0. It's a 1-19, but it's not worth the throw. So they're just going to surrender that run. Kelly will come in to score. The only way they get him out is on a 20, so it's not even worth it. It's a 2-run double for Dick Allen. He is the star of the game. He has homered and doubled twice. 3 for 4. So Dick Allen's the man. 2-run double, and it is now 7-0. Here's Bill Melton. Hilgendorf trying to get that elusive third out. 4-8 against a right-hander. 1-11's a single. That's a 9. It's a single 1-star. So that will put runners at the corners. Melton, of course, will not be held. He runs so slow. Here's Rick Reichart. So Hilgendorf having a hard time getting this final out. 4-10 against a right-hander is a walk. So the bases are now loaded for Mike Andrews. Bases are loaded. For Mr. Andrews. No place to put him. Hello, Philip. How are you doing? Hilgendorf. 4-7 against a right-hander. 1-10's a double, but that's a 16, so luckily for him, it's just a fly to left to end the inning. But damage done. 2 runs are in on 3 hits. No errors, and they left them loaded. So at the end of 6, it's 7-0 Chicago as they are waylaying the Cleveland Indians. Gaylord Perry got knocked out. Gave up 3 gopher balls and just didn't have it. So now the bullpen is in. And now Bahnsen's got all this run support. This is his fatigue inning, number 7, so keep an eye on that. Charlie Spikes will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. 1-4 for Spikes, and he's going to walk. Charlie Spikes will draw the walk, but with the score being 7-0, they're not holding anybody on, and I don't think Cleveland's going to send anybody either. So, score being what it is. Still have to check for those wild pitches, though. All right, here's Duncan. 4-4, and that is a fly ball center field X. That is Mr. Sharp again. He is a 3 E9. 3 E9. 3-1. That's going to drop in for a double, and it's going to clear the bases. It's 3 stars on that double. So the Indians are on the board. Let's check for an error. That's a 4, and he's an E9. And there's a 1-base error, if I'm looking at this correctly. Center fielder E9, a 4 is a 1-base error, so it's going to be a double plus an error. But Duncan will get credit for the RBI because that would have been, the run would have scored even without the error. So it's a double plus the E8. Double plus an E8. Gives the first run of the game to the Indians. They finally get on the board. Here's Oscar Gamble. Infield is back. They need outs. They're not worried about that 1 run. They're up 7-1. They're not worried about 1 run. 5-7, and that's going to be a fly to center field. Beat us a sacrifice fly by Oscar Gamble. So Gamble, sacrifice fly to center field, brings home the 2nd run. That may be unearned depending on what else happens in the inning. Not that it matters. It's now 7-2 for George Hendrick. 1-6 for Hendrick, and he gets a single to left field. So maybe Bahnsen now might be at fatigue level. I believe he is now at fatigue level. The question is, do they want him to try to finish the inning? Bullpen activity for the White Sox is going in earnest. And we'll see who they've got available down there. They have, let's see here. A lot of guys that started are also available. They were starters and relievers. Bart Johnson, a right-hander, is loosening in the pen. Bart Johnson. All right, Ragland. Nothing happening. 6-9 Ground ball third base B gets a fielder's choice for out number 2. As Hendrick is out. Ragland's the new runner at first with 2 down. And Frank Duffy, the shortstop, is your batter. Nothing on the habit. Bahnsen trying to get through the inning. 2-2. That's a ballpark home run chance, but that's a 16, so it's just going to be a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. Actually, technically, it's a fly to left. If you ballpark home run that fails for a righty, it's actually technically a fly to left. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. It is Chicago 7, Cleveland 2. And I don't have anything prepared as far as music or anything, so we're just going to keep rolling on. But I think Bahnsen is done for the day, and Bart Johnson will come in and relieve him in the 8th inning. Hilgendorf's going to stay out there a little bit longer, but they do have right-handed action in the pen. Do the Indians. Ed Farmer. Ed Farmer is loosening in the bullpen. Hilgendorf will be facing Herman. Herman's 0 for 4. Or 0 for 3, rather. 1-7. Now he's 0 for 4. As he grounds it to second base. So Herman is 0 for 4. Despite all this hitting that the Sox are doing, he did not participate. Here's George Orta. 1-6 against the lefty. Struck him out. 2 down. They like to let Hilgendorf finish the inning and maybe have Farmer pitch the 8th and be done with it. 2 outs, base is clear for Leon. Or Leon, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. 1-8 against a lefty is a ground ball back to Hilgendorf to end the inning. So an easy 1-2-3 inning. First one of the game for Cleveland. And we go to the 8th. It is 7-2 favor of the White Sox. And now Bart Johnson's going to come in and pitch for Chicago. And that's also going to be it for Hilgendorf, as Ed Farmer will come in and pitch the 8th. So Bart Johnson, he was 3-3, 4.15 ERA, 9 starts, no saves. But he is rated both as a starter and a reliever. So he's going to be in there. And according to the boards, he doesn't get a start for a while, so he's available to relieve. And he's going to be facing Buddy Bell to start the top of the 8th of a 7-2 game. And I crinkled up Bart Johnson's card there. Didn't mean to do that. All right, so Bahnsen's going to go 7 innings and get obviously be in line for the win. Gaylord Perry obviously in line for the loss. Johnson, 5-3 to Buddy Bell, is a ground ball pitcher X. He is a 3-E-0, so he can't make an error, but can he get to it? 3 and a 2, that's going to probably be a single. And it is. So he didn't make an error, but he didn't get to it either. So Buddy Bell trickles one right past Bart Johnson for an infield single. And that's how we start the 8th inning. Brings up Lowenstein. 5-7. And that's a single, 2 stars. So Lowenstein with a big base hit. And Bart Johnson having some issues. And the Sox manager may have to, I believe it's still Chuck Tanner at this point, may have to go to his bullpen again and bring in somebody a little bit better. Might have to bring in their closer Acosta or either Terry Forster, one of those two. 4-9 against a left-hander. 1-2 is a single, but that's a 17, so the line is a second, 1 away. And that's a big out right there to get an out with nobody advancing. So now double play gets him out of the inning. It's Charlie Spikes, the batter. Bart Johnson to Spikes. 4-7, and that is a walk. It's going to load the bases. Loads the bases for Dave Duncan. And he's going to get called back for a pinch hitter, I got to believe. They've got to go to somebody that can give him a little bit bigger boost. I mean, a long ball, and they're right back in this ball game. So let's see who they might want to go to off the bench. Torres is the switch hitter. Brohammer's the lefty. Neither one of those are very good. Walt Williams might be the best option. He is. They're going to bring in Walt Williams. He's got some pop in his bat too. So Walt Williams is going to pinch hit for Dave Duncan. And then the new catcher is going to be John Ellis. So John Ellis will take over behind the plate. But they need offense. So Walt Williams, no neck, Mr. No Neck is the man. If he gets himself even a single 2 stars, you cut the lead to 7-4 and you're right back in the game. So Johnson, nothing going on. Walt Williams needs a hit in the worst way. 5-8, and it strikes him out. Big play there by Bart Johnson. Actually, that's only one. That's only the second out, isn't it? That's only the second out. So hold the phone. They still have a chance. Oscar Gamble is up, and he's got some pop. Oscar Gamble has some pop, but he won't do it against Bart Johnson. They're going to make the call to left-handed pitcher Terry Forster because that's going to minimize Oscar Gamble's power. So Terry Forster is coming on. 6-11, 3.24 ERA, 12 starts and 16 saves. So obviously he did a little bit of everything. So Terry Forster is on to pitch to Oscar Gamble, who is 0 for 3. So you wonder, could they pinch hit for him? But I don't know if they have anybody on the bench that's any better. Do they have a righty that really clubs lefties is the problem. I don't know that they do. Let's take a look here. No, he certainly doesn't. Their bench is pretty meh at this point, so they're kind of stuck with who they have. So Oscar Gamble, pinch hitting, or not pinch hitting, but he's up as a DH against Terry Forster, the new pitcher, with the bases loaded and 2 outs of a 7-2 game. Forster to Gamble. 1-8 for Gamble against a lefty. Pops it up to second base, and that's going to end the inning as Orta makes the catch. And a nice job of relief by Terry Forster to bail out Bart Johnson to keep the Indians off the board. They leave them loaded to Cleveland. Come away empty-handed and leave the bases loaded. So for Cleveland, they get no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. Go to the bottom of the 8th, still 7-2. And Ed Farmer is on to pitch. He was 3-2 with a 4.91 ERA and 3 saves. Would later go on to Detroit, but right now he's with Chicago this part of the season. So Ed Farmer is on. And of course, the new catcher is John Ellis. Pat Kelly will lead it off for the White Sox. It'll be Kelly, Sharp, and Allen, top of the order. One 3 for Pat Kelly against a right-hander is a fly to left. 1 down as Spikes puts it away. 1 away for Bill Sharp. 4-9, and that's an in-home run chance. 1-7. That's a 16, though. It will be a double. So Bill Sharp with a double. Bill Sharp doubles. And with Dick Allen coming up, there is no way in the world they're pitching to Dick Allen. So they're going to give him the free pass. And he's not happy about it. He wanted to hit another home run or another double, but he's not going to get a chance. They're going to walk him intentionally, set up a double play against Bill Melton. And there are some words exchanged between Dick Allen and the Cleveland bench. Basically saying something about chicken excrement, but we can't repeat that on the channel. Farmer, 5-2. Ground ball first base X. Nobody's being held, so there's nothing to worry about there. Chambliss on it is a 3E14. 3 and a 4. That's something to worry about, though. A 3 and a 4 for a first baseman. 3 and a 4 is an SI1, so it's going to get through for a base hit to load the bases. Check for an error. That is a 7, and he is an E14. There is no 7, but the bases are now loaded with 1 out. And now Melton is 4 for 5. So say, go ahead and walk Dick Allen, he says. And now here's Rick Reichart. Bases loaded and one out. Infield back for the double play, trying to turn that double play and get out of the inning. Farmer, 3-7, and that is a single 2 stars. There are not, it's a clutch, but they're not 2 outs yet, so the 2 stars will stand. It is a 2-run single for Rick Reichart, and now he's 3 for 4 as well. That's going to bring home Sharp and Allen. 2 more runs. It's now 9-2, and Melton will take third. And this game is quickly getting out of hand. 9-2. And here comes Mike Andrews. Nothing going on there. 6-5. That's a strikeout. So he gets the strikeout of Andrews. 2 down for Ed Herman, the catcher. One chance for a wild pitch on a 1 or a 2. Nope, no wild pitch. It's blocked by the new catcher, Ellis. Farmer, 3-6 to Herman. That's a single to center field. That will produce another run. They will stop the runner Reichart at second base. But scoring is Melton. 3 runs in the inning. And it is now 10-2 Chicago, as they are laying waste to the Indians. Farmer just wants to get out of here. 1-3, and that is a fly to right field to end the inning mercifully for Chicago. 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors and 2 left. But with the 3 spot on the board, it is now 10-2 in favor of the White Sox. And Terry Forster will go ahead and try to finish things out. And unfortunately, this game did not produce a close one. But it's going to happen. Just what happens sometimes. All right, 10-2. Here's George Hendrick. 3-2 for Hendrick. It's a Lomax to shortstop, 1 away. At least nobody was on base, so we didn't get a double or triple play out of the whole thing. Here's Ragland. He's 257 hitter. He's better than what's on the bench. So their bench is meh. Forster, 4-10 against a right-hander. Is a fly ball center field X. That is Sharp again. He is 3 with an E9. 3-20. He'll get to that. E9 and a 14 for a center fielder. E9 and a 14 is a 2-base error. 2-base error on Sharp. Second 2-base error he's had in this game. And I think they were both on 14s. E9 and a 14 did it. 2-base error. And Ragland is aboard for Frank Duffy. Second error of the game for the Sox. One of the few things they haven't done well is field. So now Forster looking to get out of this thing and not have to throw extra pitches. 2-7 for Duffy. It's a fly ball center field B. That's 2 down. If there had already been 2 outs, he would have gotten a clutch hit out of that. But then again, when it's 10-2, can you really have a clutch hit? I don't know. The rules I don't think say anything about score, so I guess you could technically. Here's Buddy Bell, last chance for the Indians. 1-9, and he's going to ground to second to Orta, and that's going to end the inning and the ball game. No runs, no hits, no 1 error, and 1 left for Cleveland. And that's going to do it to it. 10-2, your final. And I'll get the totals for you. The winning pitcher was Stan Bahnsen. The losing pitcher we know is Gaylord Perry. Let's check on hits and left on base and all that stuff. For Cleveland, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. I got him for 8 hits unofficially. 2 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. And they left on 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I've got them for 8 left on. For Chicago, 1, 3, 6, 9, 13. I got them for 13 hits. Left on base 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. I've got him for 10 left on. So these are unofficial numbers. 10 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left for Chicago. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 8 left for Cleveland. Winning pitcher again was Stan Bahnsen. Loser, Gaylord Perry, and again with no save involved in there. Could give you, I would present to you co-MVPs of the game, Dick Allen and Bill Melton. Dick Allen was 3 for 4, a homer, 2 doubles, an intentional walk, 3 runs scored, and I believe 3 RBI. Bill Melton was 4 for 5, 3 runs scored, a home run, 3 singles, 3 runs scored, and I believe he had just the 2 runs batted in. But either way, I would give him co-MVP. If you combine the two, let's see, that's 3 for 4, and this is 4 for 5, so that's 7 for 9. They were 7 for 9 with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, a bunch of runs scored, and a bunch of RBIs. So those are your co-MVPs of the game as far as I see it. Next Saturday, we will be going to the left coast to San Francisco, where it'll be the Philadelphia Phillies against the San Francisco Giants from the left coast. He definitely did have his day. It was definitely his day. And once again, I don't want to feel like I'm a broken record, but I feel like I have to at least mention it, that I do appreciate all the well wishes and outpouring of sympathy and support from the video I did. I appreciate that. It's really helping quite a bit. Not going to totally go away, obviously, because it's a new normal for me now. But a lot better off now today than I was on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tabby's still a little bit out of sorts, but she's getting better about it. And fortunately, this happened in 2024, not 2004, say, when I didn't have a smartphone or YouTube or anything else. So at least I had a chance to do some documentation and have some nice videos and photos of Gracie. I mean, if it had been back in the past and back in the day, I may have had a Polaroid of her, and that was about it. So at least I've got something there, and I've got her saved as my screen on my phone. So as I'm riding around, she is, riding shotgun with me. So it's taking some getting used to, because it's a new normal. All the things I'm used to doing with her, having to take care of her and do things for her. I don't want to say the burden's been lifted, but I didn't treat it as a burden. That was just life. That was my normal of life, was to do those things. So, and I had no problem doing those. I will say that I have gotten a lot more sleep the last couple of days than I've gotten the last month, because she was constantly with her pain. She would constantly wake me up in the middle of the night a couple times, and sometimes I didn't get hardly any sleep at night. So. And it's just, no fault of her own, just what she was going through. So I'm trying to get used to getting some sleep again as well. But we got Tabby, we got Elizabeth, and so, that's something to be said for that. And let me see if I can do something here real quick without messing anything up, hopefully. But here is Tabby. She likes this little box right here. And now she wants to move. As soon as I get her on camera, she wants to move. I figured that would be the case. But anyway, she just got her fur cut for the summertime, so she's not happy about it. She felt like she got waterboarded from all that. But anyway, so yeah, the 3 amigos are down to 2 amigos, but that's just the way it goes. Again, next week, Philadelphia Phillies and the San Francisco Giants from Candlestick Park. On Monday, my hope is to do a live double header from Tiger Stadium, 1967 inside pitch, the Kansas City A's and the Detroit Tigers. That's my plan. I may record it, or I might do live just one game. I haven't really decided yet. I am, obviously it's a day off for me, so I do have time to do such things. Tabby is just continuously walking around, so I'm not sure what she's trying to do, but trying to get her straight. She's obviously, like I said, she's a little bit out of sorts, and she likes to walk on my stuff and get into my stuff. So there you can see my inside pitch box, my Strat-O-Matic extra board, my little laptop case that she likes to sit on. So she likes to do a lot of things. But anyway, that's going to do it from here. I do appreciate you guys spending part of your Saturday with me. And like I said, it's just going to be day by day. Just try to get it done. So hopefully I will see you guys on Monday. I don't know what time Monday. Probably early in the morning. Probably I'm looking like maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, probably somewhere in that neighborhood, 9 to 10 o'clock for that doubleheader. 1967. I'll have the update. I would have already played the other games today and tomorrow. I will get those other games played offline and be ready to go with that doubleheader. Playing these games, I think, is another thing that will help me heal and kind of get back into my swing of things. Working certainly did that as well. And, the worst thing is just sit around and mope and think about it. But, and like I said, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube about animal loss and so forth. So I'm gleaning some things from there as well. So, just the way it is. So that's going to do it from here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Be safe out there. And if you partake of the certain beverages, try not to get behind the wheel. Try to stay safe and be around for the rest of us for the remainder of the year. We don't want to lose anybody over the holiday, particularly. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all from Detroit on Monday down the road.